That sound you just heard wasn't a crash test dummy. That was a CEO's ribs. We've been lied to for 5 years. We were told humanoid robots were clumsy, slow, and 5 years away. But China stopped testing in laboratories last quarter. They moved the testing ground to the real world. And two robots just did something that engineers in Boston and Tokyo said was impossible. One of them launched into a full aerial spin, rotated midair, and decapitated a watermelon with a kick, so clean, it looked like CGI. The other one proved it was real by shoving its own creator across a concrete floor. Which one scares you more? Stick around, because in a few minutes, you are going to see a robot sweat. And later, you are going to see one take a punch. Forget the dancing. Forget the wave. The old benchmark was walking upstairs without falling. That is pathetic now. Look at this. This is the Unitree H2 based in Hong Kong. But unlike American robots that pause to calculate every step, the H2 just moves. It launches into a jump, rotates a full 360 degrees, and hits a suspended watermelon with a targeted kick. But here is the detail your average tech blog missed. The watermelon isn't just for views. It is a dynamic pressure target. To hit that, the robot isn't just kicking. It is aligning its hip yaw, knee torque, and ankle stability. In the 0.3 seconds it is airborne. If the gyro is off by half a degree, it lands on its face. It didn't. It landed like a black belt. But here is where the story splits. Because while H2 is doing martial arts choreography, Engine AI's T800 is doing something much more aggressive. When the T800 footage dropped, the internet did what it always does. They screamed fake, CGI, or it's a guy in a suit. So the CEO of Engine AI, Zhu Tongyang, did something no executive at Boston Dynamics has ever done. He put on a chest pad, stood in front of his own robot, and told it to swing. Look at his feet. He slides 3 feet backward. That is real force, not programmed torque for lifting boxes. This is impact force. The T800 doesn't move like a dancer. It moves like a linebacker. It uses high torque joints that can snap a baseball bat. But the genius isn't the power. The genius is the recovery. Watch the robot's torso after the kick. Zero wobble. It calculates the counterforce instantly. So you have a choice right now. The H2 has the grace of a ninja. The T800 has the bones of a Terminator. But here is the question the competitors don't want you to ask. Which one is actually harder to build? Most engineers will tell you that power is easy. You just add bigger batteries. Control is the nightmare. Unitree proved this at the Spring Festival Gala. They didn't just make the H2 walk. They dressed it as a sword grandmaster. It had to spin a blade, coordinate rhythm with live music, and avoid stabbing the human dancers next to it. That requires whole-body coordination. The H2 isn't running a chat model like ChatGPT. It is running a real-time motion control system. Sensor data flows from its feet to its spine to its wrists in a loop that refreshes 1,000 times a second. It feels human because it is constantly falling and catching itself. But the T800 doesn't care about looking pretty. Engine A, I ripped out the conversational AI entirely. They stuffed it with LiDAR and impact resistance. Here is the cold truth. The H2 can pirouette, but if you push it, it falls. The T800 can take a sledgehammer, but if you ask it to thread a needle, it breaks the needle. China isn't picking a winner. They are building two different armies. But wait, we just talked about power and grace. That is the hardware war. There is a second war happening right now that is even darker. The emotional war. In Shenzhen, there is a robot named Origin F1. It doesn't kick, it stares. A researcher named Yu Hang posted a video. The F1 looked at a human, blinked naturally, tracked them across a room, and changed its expression in real time. It felt almost guilty. Then there is Eva, built by IO Technology. Her skin is warm to the touch, realistic silicone heated to 97 degrees, and she processes all her data locally. Meaning if you tell her a secret, she doesn't upload it to the cloud. She keeps it in her skull. And Sheen? Sheen sang a love song on stage with its eyes closed. That level of expression isn't programming. That is microactuators reacting to sound frequencies. So let me ask you the controversial question of the day. Is a robot that can lie to your face more dangerous than a robot that can break your ribs? Everyone thinks the limit of robotics is the brain. It's not. It's the heat. When you run a humanoid for more than 20 minutes, the motors fry. They smell like burning plastic. This is why most demos are 30 seconds long, until Xiaomi and Clone Robotics broke the rules. Look at the Cyber One's hand. Xiaomi drilled channels into the fingers. Liquid flows through them, evaporates, and cools the robot down, just like you sweating on a treadmill. That hand can now feel the texture of a soda can. But Clone Robotics took it further. They built the Protoclone Alpha. It has 1,000 artificial muscles made of fibers that contract with fluid pressure. It has a skeleton. It has a vascular system. It doesn't walk like a robot. It oozes like a human. If this technology merges with the T800 skeleton, we aren't looking at a machine anymore. We are looking at a synthetic organism, and it is taking pre-orders right now. You might think these are lab toys. Look at the money. Tesla is shutting down Model S and Model X production lines in Fremont. They are ripping out the car seats and installing Optimus Gen 3 assemblers. Elon wants 1 million robots a year. That is not a product launch. That is a population boom. While Tesla plays catch-up, Figure 03 is standing next to the First Lady at a summit, shaking hands in multiple languages, and then driving home to weld a BMW chassis. So where does that leave us? We have the Ninja, the Terminator, the Actress, the Spider, and the sweating skeleton. The US is focused on making one robot that does everything, the general purpose bot. China is making 100 robots that do one thing perfectly, and they are deploying them now. The T800 is shipping in mid-2026. Neo from 1X is moving into houses for $500 a month. The line between biology and machine just got erased by a robot that sweats. So here is the question that keeps the robotics engineers up at night, the one I want you to answer in the comments right now. If a humanoid robot breaks a sweat, does that mean it can get tired? And if it gets tired, does that mean it can get angry?